So hey YouTube, welcome back to another update videos. So today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favourite songs from video games. Now this can include licensed music, unlicensed music, songs that was made for the game, and all that good stuff. I had a couple rules though to help me devise this list of gaming music. The songs from the games can be from the same franchise and series. For example, if I picked Mario, I could pick all different Mario soundtracks as long as they were from different games. Rule number 2 was it can't just be a variation of the song. For example, the Crash theme song is just remixed usually, so I couldn't just choose the Crash theme song in 3 different slots just because they were in different games. And that was the only 2 rules that I had set for myself for this list. Please note I've also wrote the script with spoilers in mind, so you can sit back, relax. There's going to be no spoilers for the games that I mention at all. I'm just going to be talking about the music and how I felt that it fitted the game. So now that we've got that all out of the way, let's get into the songs from the games that I picked as my top 10. The first song that I picked is Jecht's battle theme from Final Fantasy X. Now, I don't even like metal music, but the Jecht battle theme is just, it's so fitting for that boss battle. I completed this game recently. I think I completed it around about October time. Honestly, I have no idea how I beat the battle, but this song just brings back memories of me just being so mad that I couldn't get past the boss fight. And the main character in the game, Titus, I feel like this game really does help like reflect the anger and the building. It's kind of like this song is like his release of anger during the battle, and it's just, I think it just fits so well. Me not even being a fan of metal music can appreciate that this song is great. The music just really puts you in the moment of that battle, and I think that it just fits overall scene just so well. Coming in at number 9 on my list is Rayman's theme from Rayman M. So this is a game I picked up in Race Pickups a little while ago, and I think in that video I actually did mention Rayman's theme because it's just such a great song. It's like this acoustic kind of number. It's really cool, and it's really unique. And it is a song that you can imagine for like the more modern Rayman. When I played this game when I was younger, I always mained Rayman, I always played with Rayman. So if I was winning, I would hear this theme a lot. I wasn't overly good at the game when I was younger, so I didn't get to hear it a lot. So when I did get to hear it, I was like, yes! I'm finally beating my brother at something. I think the reason why I love this theme so much is because of nostalgia, but it's still a tune. I think regardless of nostalgia, it's a great little song. Coming in at number 8 is the Crash Bandicoot theme tune from the original Crash Bandicoot. Now, I don't have a physical copy for this one. Could have grabbed my copy of Wrath of Cortex, but I felt like that was cheating. Personally, I didn't actually play the original Naughty Dog trilogy growing up. I actually played, my first Crash game was actually Wrath of Cortex, and then it was Crash Bandicoot Racing, which I love. In the Wrath of Cortex game, it features a remix of this original theme tune. So that's why when I heard the original theme tune for the first time when I was older, I recognized it straight away as a Crash game because I inherited it growing up in Wrath of Cortex. But when I actually went back and compared them, I actually preferred the original Crash Bandicoot soundtrack to the one in Wrath of Cortex. I just feel like the remix is good, but it's not as good as the original Crash Bandicoot was. I think it's because the original is just so iconic, and it's become kind of charming in a way because like it's how Crash started. And I really like the way that in newer Crash games, you know, the original theme has always been mixed in. The original Crash Bandicoot theme song just slaps. It's fantastic. Song number 7 on my list is a song called Spanish Sahara by Foals, and it is from the game Life is Strange. I'm a big Life is Strange fan, so I have the limited edition box set here that actually includes the soundtrack with the song on it. This song is actually played during one of the endings, so there's some people that can go an entire playthrough and not hear this song, unless of course they own the original soundtrack, and that's how I actually found it. And then I looked up where it came from, and I seen that it was from one of the endings, but it's the ending that I originally didn't pick. I actually think that the ending that the song appears in is one of the saddest scenes I've ever seen play out. Yeah, it's just an amazing song. I think that the fact that it's a song that may or may not play out in your playthrough is pretty cool in a way, and I think that the scene that the song is actually played in just works phenomenally well. It's honestly one of the most poignant scenes that I've ever seen play out in a video game. That's just the power of Life is Strange. It's such a great game. Song number 6 on my top 10 list of video game songs is the GTA San Andreas theme tune from obviously Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Which we have a copy of here, which is my actual childhood copy. So this theme tune should not have been my childhood, but it was my childhood. Did I get far in the missions? No, I think I played like 2 and then just started entering in cheat codes. But theme tune, that's such a cool track. You can just proper vibe to this song, and it makes you feel like, it kind of puts you in those shoes. Like it kind of feels like, okay, you're going to be this character and you're going to do these missions, and like this is the kind of music you guys listen to, this is the kind of atmosphere, you know, it puts you into that moment. And I think it is one of the best Grand Theft Auto theme tunes there are. I do like the Grand Theft Auto 5 theme tune, but I think that the San Andreas one is just, it's the most iconic. Song number 5 on my list is the Last of Us theme from the first Last of Us. So I chose the theme tune from the first game as opposed to the one in part 2, even though the one in part 2 is great. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the one in part 2, like, really, it's good, but it didn't make as much of a lasting impression on me as the first game did. When I listened to the 2 soundtracks side by side, I preferred the original one. The original one was much more, it really did put you in the moment with those like kind of acoustic sounds, like kind of stripped back. And it really reflected the atmosphere of The Last of Us. I know the second one's a lot slower and kind of sounds a bit more darker than the first one, which arguably the second game is a lot darker than the first one. They're not happy games, like, but the second one's a lot darker, I think. The first soundtrack is just so iconic. Like, this was the start of The Last of Us. The melody in this one kind of sounds like it's eerie, but it's also like beautiful in a way too. It just sets the tone for the game really well, and I think that it is a better theme than the second theme tune. Track number 4 on my list is Jump Up Superstar from Super Mario Odyssey.
Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew.
So Mario Odyssey is my favorite 3D Mario game that I've ever played. I've played Galaxy, and as much as I liked Galaxy, I still think Odyssey was so much better. This song is fantastic. It honestly just lifts my soul every time I hear it. Like, even thinking of it now, it's great. And also, like, the song was so iconic that Nintendo actually put the lyrics into the game case. I feel this song is such a jam, but I feel like it is also a nod to Nintendo fans. It's like a song that we have that describes what Mario is in a way, and then when it plays in the game as well, you have that level in New Donk City with the retro stuff. It's such a cool part in that game when this song plays. Song number 3 on my list is No Care by Daughter from Life is Strange Before the Storm. In this collector's edition, of course, I actually have the physical soundtrack CD as well. Personally, I actually like the music from Before the Storm better than the songs on the Life is Strange soundtrack. So this song is played at the start of episode 2 in the intro, and this is one of the most, just the best intro scenes in an episodic game I've ever seen. It's such a good intro, it's just so Chloe. And I feel like this game does kind of really show to the player that this is how Chloe is feeling at the start of this episode. This scene when the game is played, it just fits so beautifully. And it's like this song was written for the game. And there were some tracks that Daughter did that was written for this game, but this one wasn't one of them. It just fit it perfectly. It's a great song, and Daughter's a great band, and this is a great game. Now we're on to our last 2 songs. So the track that took the number 2 spot on this top 10 list is Bongo Hills from Rayman 1. I grew up with this game. This game is one of my favorite games of all time. So the first Rayman has honestly, listen to the first Rayman soundtrack. It's one of the most relaxing soundtracks ever. It is fantastic. But because I can only, again, pick one song per game, I picked my favorite, which is the Bongo Hill area. So the Bongo Hill area, it's the area where it's like a platformer, but it's like a musical instrument kind of level, and most of the ground level is bongos. You get to slide on whistles and stuff too. It's really cool. But every time I think on this game, that soundtrack starts playing in my head. It's playing right now. That song to me is this game, because that's actually the furthest I've ever got in this game, is the Bongo Hill area. I spent hours in that area. It's a notoriously hard game. It's a very tough game, this. To me, it really does sound like, because by the time you get to this area, it's kind of like you're in the second part of the game, I think. And it's kind of like you've really started to set off on your adventure. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Rayman's like, okay, I'm genuinely going to do this. This is a great game. Really does kind of set the tone, but that bongo level's hard. So what game song made it to the number 1 spot on my list? That is the question that you're probably all dying to know. And the answer is Nate's theme from Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. I chose the theme from Uncharted 4 because that's the last time as a player you ever get to hear Nate's theme. I am a massive Uncharted fan, so maybe I am biased to pick this one. My favourite out of all the Uncharted stuff has to be 2, and I was tempted to pick the theme from 2 because it's a really good theme, but then I listened to all of them and I was like, no, 4 just... I know they're all the same. All the Uncharted themes are exactly the same. It's just 4 is just the best out of them. If you listen to them, 4 is just better. Every time I listen to the opening of this game, I just get goosebumps. It's just a fantastic piece of music. At the start of the game, it kind of sets you up for the adventure, and then when it's played at the end of the game, you're kind of like coming down from the adventure. It's just a fantastic theme tune for a fantastic game. You know, I may be biased because I do love the Uncharted series so much, but I do think that this theme did deserve my top spot because it's amazing. But that is my top 10 songs from video games. I am really happy with my list overall. I think it is a pretty varied and a pretty fair list. If you want to comment down below, what are your favorite songs in video games? You know, is there anything in this list that I've mentioned here and you're like, oh no, that song from Uncharted is so much better than the main theme? You know, do you have one of those? Let me know in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please do a big thumbs up, and also subscription love, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.